Oh, dang. I didn't know that's how it worked. I thought if I created it, the live wouldn't start until I went on. But I guess YouTube does send out like a notification I'm live. My bad. I guess I'm late. Thanks, Robert, for letting me know. Yeah, this is a random live stream because my plans just got canceled. I wasn't expecting to be here, but hey, here we are. So I figured why not make good use of this 1.5 hours I had allotted to a different program for my daily AM. But here I am. So this is going to be completely open discussion. If you guys are watching this afterwards, please give it a few minutes before we start rolling into the actual, the topics. I'll just wait till people trickle in a little bit. It's all good. I was just picking on you. Yeah, all good, man. I mean, I dish it out, so I should be able to receive it. Some people like to tease, but let me turn down the AC a little bit, or turn up the AC. How does that even work? You say turn down or turn up when you're trying to get colder? I'm gonna say turn up the AC. Would make sense. Increase the coldness. I. So it's all good. Hollywood Saint. Hey, Alex, love your content, brother. I love you guys. A lot of love recently, a lot of new subscribers, a lot of new people sharing their comments, which is great to see. Why not? It does take effort, so I'm glad. oh, look how this person's hilarious. Sorry, one sec. Oh, I'm here now. Are you? Come on. We scheduled something at 9 a.m. It's like 9:40, brother. I'm not. I can't operate like that. Anyways, what's up, bro? Not much. Hi, mates. Vitali vlog's been cool. Be interesting what platform he will use for his documentary. Now he claims that he was approached by Netflix. I doubt it, to be honest. I don't think. Maybe could be, or maybe somebody just claimed they were from Netflix to try to do this. So, whoa, Robert Cole, appreciate it. Fuck it, payday. It is payday, right? Fridays, today's Saturday. Robert, man, I appreciate that, buddy. That's a big help. Also, I kind of I put up this membership because Robert's a member of the channel. Like you can see, he's got a little icon next to his name. If you guys are loving the content, want to show some extra love, you can become a member of the channel, or you can become a member of Buy Me a Coffee, which is a brand new thing that I had no idea. Actually, I did know about it. So you can make sure that monthly I am getting some kind of funds to continue this. Let me go ahead and pin this comment if I can. All right, there we go. So we're just going to talk about random things. This week has been all over the place. We have stabbings and shootings at the airport in Iloilo, which is wild. The Japanese tourists getting robbed on the second day, which is sad. 6 PNP officers being caught for robbery. There's a lot of shootings and stabbings that I just didn't want to cover. A lot of Filipino stuff like that. The president was under question about his health. He's looking thinner. The ASEAN Tourism Conference is happening in Mactan, Lapu-Lapu right now as we speak. Or is it over now? I don't know how long that was, but definitely was this week at some point. So a lot of things going on, and we'll get through some of these comments. Feel free to share your thoughts about everything. So, which would be nice. So I was talking to regular guy, Scotty Boy, and he watches your channel. Yeah, a lot of people do, which is nice to see. Like I mentioned before, I don't have time to watch any Philippines vloggers channels regularly, so I don't want to do them just justice or whatever the word is by just randomly watching it because it drops their click-through rates. As a YouTuber, I know that cannot be good if I'm just like a casual viewer once in a blue moon, because YouTube will recommend a video to me. If I don't click on it, it might be bad for its algorithm. So just a heads up, it's Friday night in America. Most of your age demographic, your viewers are going out right now. It's 7:30, 5 p.m. West Coast, 8:30 a.m. Thanks, buddy. I'm aware of the time. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this was random and not scheduled. So whoever can make it here, great. Whoever cannot, they can watch it afterwards. Yeah, my viewers, I knew it was going to be low because I gave no notice and I just showed up and we have nothing drama-wise to talk about. I doubt we're going to reach even 50 live viewers right now. But why not? Why not say hello to everybody? Do you see your Do you see yourself living in the Philippines long term? Seems to be going downhill rapidly. I never saw myself living in the Philippines long term. If you guys know myself or my channel, I've always been in and out of the Philippines. I can usually do about 3 months maximum before I have the itch of traveling other places. The world is a very big place, and if you're healthy and have the funds, I recommend do not settle for one location immediately. Give yourself a chance to visit different countries, different lifestyles, different environments. Just live near the beach, live in the city, live in Vietnam, live in Thailand, live in Malaysia. A lot of people kind of don't even consider Malaysia, but you'd be pleasantly surprised if you go to Malaysia. Check out Indonesia. There's a lot more than just Bali, right? There's a lot of places, even Georgia, right? Eastern European countries are pretty cool. I mean, Turkey and Istanbul, they have beautiful beaches down south, right? If you want to go to Bodrum and all those places, obviously don't go to Ankara. Ankara is like very boring for me. The capital, it's just like Ottawa in Canada. It's just a bunch of buildings and mountains. But the mountains are not like the hiking type of mountains, the dry ass mountains. So, anyways, the point is, there's a lot of places, right? So, check it out, man. You don't got to settle in one place. Even if you got a family, bring them along. It's not that expensive sometimes traveling to some of these countries. Robert Cole saying hello to everybody. Alex, your show is an important part of my morning routine. Love your show, Iron from General Santos City. Well, thank you. I do appreciate the support as always, guys. Hi, Alex, the man with the news, getting the views. I figured it would be popular. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little surprised it took this long to be where it's at, but YouTube is not a impatient person's game. When you battle the algorithm, when you battle the saturation in the same kind of content field as yourself, when you have all these things going on, you need to have patience. It'll grow slowly. But if you continue to put out content people want to see, then naturally it'll become, successful. I think obviously the pro-life traveler, Vitali, and all these vloggers in such a short period of time has drawn a lot of eyes towards the channel itself. Maybe it will last, but even if I can maintain 10 to 20% of the audience going forward, it's good enough for me. But yeah, definitely people seem to be having a very positive impact to Asia. Now, although the news itself can be a little bit negative at times, I hope people understand that that's not my aim. That's not the point of the channel, but I cannot sugarcoat what's front page in the Philippines, right? So I can't be talking about beaches and the beautiful country like it is when there's a lot more important things going on the front page. Hello, everyone. Colleen's here. Hello, Colleen. Is Africa an option to explore? Maybe a good, nice vlog, niche 2 vlog. Jesus, I can't read. Yes, definitely. I do plan on visiting Africa. I was actually considering maybe even very soon, within the next few months, but I don't know which direction I'm going to go head into. I don't even know what I want to do in my life sometimes. So I'm kind of like month-to-month situation or even less. Definitely a place I will visit for sure. Not even a question. It's just a matter of when will I go to Africa. Hollywood saying that I dig Scotty. We are the same age and both single dudes, so I enjoy his content. He can be abrasive. Yeah, everybody's content is not for everybody, right? People tend to gravitate towards things that are either relatable to them or they find entertaining. So maybe you don't find Scotty's lifestyle or whatever he does exactly like yours, but maybe you like the type of videos he makes because he's funny or he does things that that other people don't do or something, right? Same with this channel. Maybe you don't like me as an individual, but you find value in the news that I bring, right? So people just have different reasons why they watch certain people. Mike, hi Alex, love the channel. 3:40 p.m. in Hawaii, going to the Philippines for my 6th time in March. AC is Angelo City is the best place for me. Awesome, buddy. Enjoy your time, Mike. Have a great trip and let us know how it went. I'd love to share some positive news on the channel. Why not? Highly recommend Da Nang, Vietnam. Surprisingly, I've not been to Da Nang. I know everybody keeps talking about it, but maybe because I'm not really a beach person, so I don't really care to check out the east coast of Vietnam. I've been to Ho Chi Minh, obviously. Where else? My brain just shut down. Been to Ho Chi Minh. Jesus Christ. Honestly, I don't know what's going on with me today. Not up for it. I woke up early for no reason because I was supposed to do something, but I didn't do it. So Ho Chi Minh, what's the other major city? My brain, Ho Chi Minh. Wow. Wait. I keep thinking Saigon, but Saigon is Ho Chi Minh. So Ho Chi Minh, north and south, Ha Long Bay, I've been there. Whatever, man. I went to 3 different cities. Hanoi, Jesus Christ. Yeah, there we go. Hanoi? Man, whatever. People are like, what the hell's going on with this guy? Alex, where are you from, brother? I grew up in Hollywood, California. I grew up in Toronto, Canada, but originally I'm from the Middle East, I'm from Afghanistan. Hi, Alex. I've been watching Asia Now content for quite a long time now. Love your channel. Thank you. Arn, I appreciate the support. Hey, 35 lookers now. LOL, hit the like button. Yeah, thank you guys. Consider hitting the like button. Morning, bro. I started following you before I moved here. I'm living in Samal now. How is Samal? Let us know a little bit about that. I've heard the name. I have zero clue where it is right now. I think it's in the south, I assume. That's the other thing. When I get back to the Philippines, I think I'm definitely not going back to Cebu. Or if I do, it's just the airport just to fly out somewhere else. I want to check out probably Mindanao area next. Robert says, I'm just trying to stay out of things. The corruption is out of hand and you can't trust the police. I will see Rob. Yeah, you can live a great life in the Philippines. Like, I know there's some things that people, of course, are hesitant about, but there's ways of navigating, around these things. As long as you don't commit any crimes, are aware of how certain things are handled in the Philippines, you should be totally fine, right? People that say don't go outside by yourself, no, that's really, honestly, the general public is okay. If you don't do drugs or are too drunk by yourself, some random alley or something, just like any other country, to be honest, it's nothing. There's a lot of things that make the news, but you have to understand the Philippines is relatively big with 7,000 plus islands and over 110 million people. So if you hear about a random, you have to do I'm sure if I focus on the US or even Canada, there'll be a lot worse than what's in the Philippines when it comes to crime, right? Violent crimes, for example. Corruption, that's something different. I don't know how much you're going to be impacted by ghost floods or school ghost projects and all that. That is a sad reality. I think it's been labeled the third most corrupt country in South Asia itself, after I think Laos or Cambodia or Myanmar, those places, which obviously, given what they're going through or their history, is understandable. But depends what you want to do. Honestly, there's a lot of happy people, but generally happy people don't come online and share the happiness. They're just living their lives. They're not on YouTube or trolling in the comments or just sharing, how wonderful they have it, unless they're specifically YouTubers, right? So there's a large portion of happy people in the Philippines we don't hear about, which is, it's fair to always talk about occasionally because it is easy to fall down this spiral of negativity, right? So they caught that guy that hurt the Japanese guy, he said he didn't have rent money, he's apologetic, they're going to charge him, all that stuff. Doesn't make it okay, obviously, and you'll hear some wild stories like people getting this and that, but you can really apply that to any country. So don't let it deter you from visiting the Philippines if you've ever wanted to. Just be aware of just some of those regular, taxi scams happens in 99%, I'll say 90% of the countries in the world. You might get scammed from a taxi driver. So be prepared, have some data, buy some eSIM, buy some local SIM, get Grab, get Bolt, get Maxim, get some kind of private driver. It might be worth the extra $20 if you don't want to deal with the stress, right? Stay at reputable hotels if it's your first time. There's ways you can manage some of these problems. People that say all Filipinos are scammers, I laugh at that because you are not forced to send money to anyone, right? So remember that no matter how much their sob story or what they say to you, it's we have to start taking some of the responsibility. So I think it's fair to address some of these things. So thank you. Hit the like button. Scotty's annoying. I enjoy your content because we are kind of on the same wavelength. And that's the other thing. Sometimes just the way you think might be very different from somebody else, right? For example, Pro-Life Traveler had a whole bunch of followers. So he resonated with a certain type of demographic. Whatever that may be, I don't know. But obviously people enjoy what he was doing. So that's one thing. Some people are very mellow and chill, and they talk very slow, and they might get through one topic in 20 minutes. You might like that kind of thing, right? So, yeah. Hey, Elite PC Tech, a longtime commenter on the channel. Cool, alive. Yeah, Hanoi, Robert. Finally, I wanted to think about it myself. But thank you, Robert Cole. It is Hanoi, exactly. Q Burton says, it's sad, but the news is always bad. No one ever reported helping a little old lady across the street. Exactly. Just keep up the good work. You're a big part of my day every day. Thank you. You're a big part of the channel because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't because you guys. So let me see what went on this week a little bit before we continue here. I'm so go Asia now. I don't even know how to navigate sometimes my own videos. So yesterday we had that person, the woman from the U.S. that got denied entry back into Thailand because she couldn't provide proof of funds of $600. Now people are saying that she had to show cash. You don't have to show cash. You have to show you have money. Nobody says this is, let me see, 18,000 baht, 20,000 baht worth of cash. They understand it's 2026, especially in Thailand. Digital payment system is probably one of the most used here, maybe aside from China or South Korea, perhaps. But it doesn't have to be cash. And what she was doing was a visa run, right? And they're cracking down on people that have multiple entries. And I know she was here for at least 6 months minimum based on her content. Also, the fact that she had a lease for a condo, all this stuff. So she was doing a visa run and she got booked. She got caught for trying to abuse the system. She's not a tourist. You have to have a long-term visa of some sort if you want to live in Thailand long-term. So because she didn't follow the rules, she tried to blame the Thai government. And how do you travel without 600 bucks, right? Let's be honest. Women like that or some kind of women just live off of different methods and they get through week by week or day by day by doing things that we cannot even imagine. I don't know what she was doing, but she's making money somehow. So definitely didn't have 600 bucks. But you shouldn't worry about that. As a traveler, as a tourist, typically you have your hotels booked, you have a return flight date. You're not entering Thailand every 3 months. They can see all that, right? So most people should be fine. Yes, Hanoi is the northern capital. Thank you guys all for letting me figure out the word I was looking for. All day Dreamer says, I work remotely in IT security center, Oracle, and I've been all over the world. I just working for hotels and rental. Africa, depending where you are, is very safe and very warm towards Americans. Well, thank you. That's a very good information. I appreciate you sharing that. You are living the, I would believe, these days generational dream to be able to work online and also travel at the same time. I think that's the ultimate dream for most of us now. In 2026, most people, of course, being retired and not having to work would be ideal, but let's be real. The majority of people don't have that luxury of just simply retiring, right? So the fact that you work online and can just be anywhere, it's amazing. And same with myself. I'm very blessed with your help, guys, but by viewing, by watching, by sending a super thanks like right here. Simon, thank you so much, bro. Is the reason why I'm able to do it. And I'm always humbled and appreciate it. I'm not one of those people that don't acknowledge. Keep the news coming. Thank you, Simon. Hey, another member of the channel. I appreciate that. Yeah, for sure. So Africa, I've always wanted to, of course, visit Egypt. I want to see the Great Pyramids. It's always been like a, since you're a kid, it's always been like a mystery, right? Who doesn't want to see the Great Pyramids of Giza, right? But I am aware that a lot of scamming going on in Egypt. So I will be keeping an eye on that. And then move down. I want to go to Nigeria. I love Afro beats and some of the music coming out of there. For me, it's just really the up-tempo beat. I love it. So there's a lot of things. And I'm curious to try some African food and all that. And the women, I'm going to be honest, see what's that all like. You know, I want to see how they respond to a shorter man coming from a different country. I'm not saying that they've obviously seen YouTube and people with whatever. I'm saying like in real life dating, how will I be, in real life, everyday situation, how will I be received from the local vendor, the fruit seller, the place I go to have a meal or something, or just the kids running around? Are they going to be as excited to see a foreigner as some other countries? I don't know. I think it'll be cool to check out. I've lost where I'm at. Big man, I didn't know you were Afghani. I spent some time in Afghanistan. Absolutely love the people. You know, Afghanistan, just like many other countries, sometimes they get a bad reputation because of either the government, the extremism, or other stuff that people do. And people are kind of surprised when they go to the local. It's like India, for example. India, when I was there, India has a bad reputation when it comes to scammers and certain things. But the people, the local people, whenever there's no exchange of money involved, they're some of the kindest people I've been around, right? So A lot of countries are like that, and I'm glad you shared your experience. Mindanao might be safe for you, pero not for the rest of us. And I think that's why I'm very aware of that. That's why I think I'll go, because I am not an obvious Caucasian man. I'm not Caucasian, and I have a beard, and maybe I am Arab despite descent. So down south, the Muslim area may be okay for someone like me. Samal Island is 10 minutes ferry ride from Davao City. Quiet and peaceful, lots of nature and good diving spots and falls, but still close to the city. If you come down this way, I'll show you around. Thank you, man. I do appreciate that. That's very, very kind of you. If I can remember, I'll definitely let you know, and maybe by then I can tell people where I'm at, and you can resend me this message. I appreciate that. Hey, Big Man, 2,000 yen. I'm jealous of Big Man. He's living in Japan from his currency. So I've been to Japan last year. Wow, it's been a year since I've been to Japan. That's crazy. So last year, May or June 2025, I was in Japan. Now that's a place you want to be at. You want to retire? Japan might be like the ultimate retirement destination. Excellent organization, healthcare, everything. Japanese people got this locked down. They know what's up in Japan. The food, healthy, incredible. Some of the best food I've ever had. So I'm getting lost in the comments again. Sorry, guys. I wasn't expecting such a big turnout. We got 65 people watching, which is awesome. Okay, let's talk about Nipah or Nipah. So the latest topic seems to be Nipah virus, and airports in Thailand are now screening passengers coming to Thailand. They are, especially coming from India. And Nipah is very deadly and dangerous, although not very contagious and not very common. I think 2 cases in Bengal region in India has triggered alarms, and 200 people in quarantine right now in India. And those coming to Thailand are being monitored, as well as some other Southeast Asian countries. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't want to go through the pandemic situation again. I don't want to hurt people but financially and as a society, everybody suffered. Oh, fuck the microphone. Everybody suffered, especially the Philippines. Man, the Philippines were the last country to come out of the pandemic. Curfews, masks, face shields, such horse shit that was going on in the Philippines. I was stuck in that nonsense for like 9 months before I was able to get the hell out of there. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Nipah. What's going on with people banging bats? Stop fucking around with bats, people. Stop finger blasting random fruit bats. Because they say it comes from the bat or infected food. Whatever they're doing. What is up with bats? I don't believe it. First of all, as soon as they said bats, I'm like, nope, I'm not buying this shit. I'm kidding. But what is up with bats, man? This is getting crazy and out of hand. Watching pro-life traveler Big Man says was like watching a train wreck and just waiting for the crash to happen. The man was warned a lot of times, and he's got a lot of content that he's removed. If you go through them, you'll see yourself. You're going to Mindanao, isn't that where the terrorists recently fired an RPG at a mayor's SUV, injuring multiple people? Government officials have stayed quite quiet since. Are people really safe there? I can't really go against what your country's travel advisory says. A lot of the crime that is reported from down there is between clans and political families and whatnot. Generally, tourists are fine. The one dude, what was his name? His name escapes me. Elliot Eastman. He was down there. He was getting involved in all kinds of things. He was in an area. He was making YouTube videos. He was also warned again by some people to not get involved in money lending and starting side businesses and getting married to a Muslim girl and all the stuff he was doing, walking around shirtless and all this in some regions is considered disrespectful. Whatever. I'm not saying he died because he wasn't wearing a t-shirt. The point is he also saw the signs, and he himself said he was feeling like there was eyes on him and people, he might be in danger. Yet he continued to make videos of it, put it online, continued to lend money apparently. He got involved with somebody that was previously married. So all these things were factors in his demise, and sadly, of course, may he rest in peace, because I don't think they found his body. Did they find his body? I forgot completely what happened with that. They found a body that was matching Elliot Eastman, but it wasn't confirmed. It was another random person, unfortunately. I'm not concerned because, like I said, I think demographically speaking, ethnically speaking, I'll probably fit in a lot better than a tall white dude coming from any European country that may be brand new to Islamic tradition and cultures or whatever, right? So I feel fine and I feel safe because happy birthday. It's not my birthday. What the shit? Anyway, so I would feel fine, but you do your own research. I don't think the Philippines is dangerous towards tourists overall speaking. Hey, oh, Simon, I'm so proud of you, my guy. Your news is better than the news. Thank you. I don't know why. It's the same news I get from general stuff, but perhaps a little bit more condensed or something. But thank you. I appreciate that. Gio said, hey, nice to see you live. I'm headed for the Philippines in a couple days, and you've been my go-to for the latest news. Thank you. I appreciate the support, and I hope you have a wonderful time in the Philippines, which is, yeah, it should be fun. Yeah, that chick that got turned around in the airport in Thailand was definitely gay. She is a stud. Yeah, she is very masculine. I'll say that. They don't let you climb the pyramids anymore. Good. I can't even climb. My knees are shot. I don't know if I could take those giant steps, but yeah, wasn't it Vitaly that climbed that pyramid and took a video of it? The underworld reporter said, I can't believe that woman who traveled to Thailand with less than $600 in her bank account. She basically flirting with homelessness. Yes, definitely. And that's why she was denied. They don't want some strain on the government's programs or just a regular Thai public if you can't afford to have your visit funded by yourself. Andrew said, Harold Balder sold me on the idea to never go to India or Africa. Yeah, and once again, I look Indian, so maybe my experience was different. You know, who knows what kind of situation you might get yourself into if you are noticeably foreigner to them, right? But for me, I was there for 3 months. I had a wonderful time. There was a couple incidences where I saw a scam coming straight from the airport, but I avoided that. And one time on a bus ride, the guy wanted a tip, even though I did everything myself. I'm like, get the fuck out. But I learned from that. Never again will I be that aggressive towards a bus driver. I'll just tell you guys a story in case like, what the hell are you talking about? So I was taking a overnight bus from one city to another, and you just throw your bags, which I had like a rucksack at the time, in the compartment of the bus where you store your luggage. And so when I went to put it in there, this guy, he opened the door and he just stood there, and I had to like move some bags and try to shove it in there, make it fit, and I put it, finally tossed it in there. And when I was trying to leave, he's like, tip. I'm like, tip for what? He's like, tip. I'm like, buddy, you didn't even help me put this bag in here. I'm not gonna tip you. He's like, tip. I'm like, yo, get out of here. Then he starts saying some stuff in Hindi and clearly was swearing at me. Then he went to the bus driver and he like pointed at me. He said some other shit. So I confronted him. I'm like, what's your problem? I'm like, why would I tip you? And something like along the lines of that. And finally, we just kind of went our way. But I realized later on I shouldn't have done that because now I can't sleep all night. You don't know this guy. He could stab me in my neck when I'm sleeping, right? I don't know where he's coming from. I don't know his situation, how desperate he might be. So I realized, okay, some stuff like that, I should just let it go. Maybe less than $1 tip would satisfy this guy's, whatever. So that is what you learn from traveling. So definitely moving forward, I wasn't very aggressive towards the way I responded, even though obviously we all know it's not about the actual amount. It's the fact that someone's trying to take advantage of you, right? But you learn, and that was my experience there. Aside from those 2 times, one time I got some tea. They have this thing chai on the street, which is fucking delicious. It's so good I make it home myself now. So Indian tea is made out of like cardamom, maybe ginger, Indian tea, and milk, and it's cooked on the street. And I had street food every day, by the way, for 3 months. Never got sick. In the Philippines, first time trying street food, got sick immediately. Anyway, so that was pretty cool. And this guy's like, I'm like, how much for the tea? He's like 10 rupee. So when I drank it, he's like 20 rupee. I'm like, you just told me 10. He's like, yeah, but I gave you a bigger cup. I'm like, why? So, but obviously I didn't fight about that. My point is, those are the little things that you might experience in the Philippines and in India, at least for me anyways. I have a bunch of videos about India on living abroad if you guys want to see it. Andrew says he was basically ignored and the vibe seems off. Even giving bread wasn't thanked or anything. Is this pro-life traveler, I assume you're talking about? Robert Cole said, last time I spent in Japan was 87 in the army. Great place, but I was an E4 at the time. Couldn't afford much. What's an E4? I assume someone without too much fun at the time. From my experience, it'd be best dating in Indonesia. There we go. Andrew says Indonesia is the place, right? You never know how well you do. And it depends on your ethnicity. You might be a specific type of person for certain regions. Who knows? I live in Japan, but I'm currently working in Guam. Oh yeah, I forget every time, bro. Sorry about that. Huge ICE protests here in downtown LA. I thought because it happens all over the world, even the Philippines. Yeah, ICE is not having a good week, or ever since they started like publicly doing those things. Some people are pushing back. Stop fucker. Yeah, it's not even like a who's doing that, man. Leave it alone. Look up the virus and see if it has a pattern. If it does, it didn't come from nature. LOL. It comes from a lab. Yeah, I'd be very easily convinced it's from a lab. People eat bats or go into caves for other reasons where bats are and get bit or scratched. Idiots. Cost of living is very affordable here in Samal. I am renting a 2-story bed and 2-bath Western style home with a wall and gated parking, and I only pay about $15K a month plus utilities. But how much are utilities? Because some places the utilities are more than your rent. But thank you for sharing. That's excellent news. Seems to be an uptick in crime in Southeast Asia. Any thoughts as to why? I really don't think there is, to be honest. I think it's just more visible now because a lot of people might be talking about it. More people coming to Southeast Asia, a lot of travelers. Thailand actually just released 13% decrease in crime. So did the Philippines. I think the things that do happen maybe get highlighted more, especially if it's against foreigners. I really don't think there's much an obvious tick in crime. I just think we might be exposed to it a bit more now because more people may just simply be talking about it. Cotabato is the most dangerous area people have never heard of. Okay. Yeah, that was me. A travel advisory is just that. It's an advisory. It doesn't mean you can't go there unless you work for that country's government. Yeah, so advisories are just obviously, I'm sure there might be advisories against the US right now for certain countries. Oh, political unrest or dangers on the street. But if you don't get involved in protests and waiting something around, you might just be fine, right? So isn't lending money and charging interest considered haram in Islam? It is, and that's probably what happened. Maybe he was doing things against the religion. They kept telling him stop doing it, and he kept on doing it. And one of the reasons maybe he was in trouble. Anyone here have 100K saved in their bank account, retired, Philippines? LOL. Does anyone have that? All day daydreamer says, all day daydreamer. That's what it is. Why can't I say that? Okay. Bats carry I'm not a scientist. Histoplasmosis, often called Caver's disease. Bats are reservoirs, long-term hosts for diseases, big pleases like Ebola, Marburg virus, rabies, and potentially even corona. Don't eat bat. Avoid. Man, I don't know. People, different cultures, different whatever. I would never eat a bat. But people might say they never eat cow, right? So who knows? Here we go. KJC says, I'm in Mindanao and very safe. I walk around on my own, even at night. Yes, there are parts of that you don't go to, but that's the same in any country. Don't believe the hype. Come and see for yourself. I think there's a lot of very happy expats and foreigners in Mindanao. They probably just don't want to give you the secret to tell you, right? They might be happy with what they got going on there. They want to over tourism, right? You never know. Yeah, in Mindanao, there are mainly against Westerners with pale skin. Being Muslim, they're not going to bother you. That's just like an assumption I have. But I love Harold, Balder, and Bald and Bankrupt. I think we have the same kind of reasons. Ria says, hey, mate, thanks for your reports and channel. Very easy to catch up with the news with your videos. Roy, thank you, Roy, for that. I agree. I'm getting through all the comments today. I feel safer here than I did in the U.S. city walking around. I have a bike, but I usually walk to the market because I almost always have at least one friendly interaction a day. Yes, Filipinos will talk to you very easily. I spent a year in Ethiopia and absolutely loved it. Oh, man, that's pretty cool. Robert Cole says, Alex, you must have ate chicken guts thinking it might be gizzards. Is it gizzard or gizzards? The deep fried fat, right? Who knows what I ate? One time I was in Thailand, my first time coming to, I'm going to share this story. Maybe some of you guys heard this, maybe not. First time I came to Thailand, 2014, I believe. I went up north, some cafe in the mountains of Pattaya, and it was beautiful. Man, I was just like blown away with the scenery. Everything, the smells was just new, right? Like smelling lemongrass and like all these different things I never had before. And I was loving it, man. It was just me on just like food, eating, coffee, and something went by me with a server was bringing like a, almost like hot plate, like a sizzler type of plate, and it smelled delicious. I'm like, excuse me, what is this? She's like, and I was eating chicken wings at the time, right? And she's like, same. I'm like, oh, so chicken. She's like, same. I'm like, all right. I'm like, bring me one. She's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. So she bring me the same kind of dish that went by me that smelled great. And I'm eating this like chicken and slowly start to dawn on me. This is not like any chicken I've had before. I'm like, why? What is this bone here? First of all, I couldn't recognize one of the bones. But, you know, you eat chicken wing, you eat chicken breast or rib, you know what a chicken anatomy is. Plus, I throw a chalet, bro. I cut that chicken up in 4 quarters in like less than 10 seconds. I was like a master cutter, bro. Chicken. Anyway, so that's too much about my own personal life. Anyway, so I'm eating this chicken and something doesn't seem right. There's too many small little, almost like spinal, like pieces. I brought the lady over again, and this time I start translating it. I'm like, what meat is this? And then she told me, same. I'm like, what is same? Whatever she said. Anyways, apparently, I was eating frog, bro. I ate a goddamn frog. I didn't even know about it. Anyway, so that's my life story. Robert said Indonesia might want to stay to the east side of the island or east part of Jakarta. The further west you get, the more radical it can be. Then there's dog market, lol. Yeah, I mean, dog markets, unfortunately, are still existing in pretty much every Southeast Asian country. So it's becoming less and less, but it is a reality if you don't want to see that. What did I miss? I was washing dishes like a good straight guy. That's funny. I got to wash dishes too. Somebody got to clean up, right? Oh, E4 is a corporal or a specialist in the U.S. Army. Thank you for that. E4 Mafia. Is that a rap group? Do you live in Manila? No, I don't live in Manila. Is there a lot of Indians in the Philippines like they are in Thailand? Less than Thailand. There is a lot of Indians, but they're the different type of people you'd be expecting. They are usually students. They go to a lot of these schools to become nurses and doctors and whatnot. But it's not like Pattaya or whatever where you go as a bunch of Indian single men, typically hooligans or whatnot. Not even, but just like different type of Indians. But they are really targeting Indian market right now. The Philippines, they offer free visas now, and they're just trying to recruit some of that Chinese market that's been lost. Speaking of Chinese market, you guys see what happened with the Edwin Tofu and the Chinese, I think it's an ambassador. I kept saying ambassador, it might not be, but a Chinese official that was basically telling them not to say this and not to say that. And they like, get out of here. This is a democratic country. We can say whatever we want. And they want to go ahead and label that Chinese official as a persona non grata. Get out of here. But the president of the Philippines is against that idea right now. No, Manila BGC is not affordable the way you think. It's expensive. Probably same price as any major city in the West. Rent is expensive, food is expensive if you're going to eat like a restaurant or whatnot. I haven't been to Manila in a couple years, so I can't really directly say. So if you guys have any recent experience, feel free to share it. If you do your research, then you will find crime is on a decrease in the Philippines. It's crime being reported online that's increasing. That's exactly what I said. I think so as well. Wow, 64 watching and still only like. Is there only one like? I doubt there's only one like. Let's see. Let me find my own live stream. No, I see 41 likes. All right, that's the number I see. Well, why can't I click on my own live stream? What's going on here? YouTube? Introducing family plan. No, man, I'm trying to watch a video. Don't try to sell me memberships to YouTube. Okay, there we go. Moderation helps. Cool. 62. Okay. No, I see a bunch of likes, so thank you guys. I should have read the next comment. 37. Yeah, YouTube is very slow in updating. French eat frogs. A lot of countries do. Mark says, my neighbor's dog got taken. Rumors is the standby guys who ate them, they were jealous the dogs were served lechon and other delicious meats. Ugh. Robert said the E4 Mafia is a group of soldiers thinking they are attorneys and know everything. Biggest pain to the main chain of command. I'm learning a lot. E4 is lower elitist. What? Elitist. Enlisted. That basically means you didn't have money to enjoy yourself at the time. Okay. All right, let's get past E4. How long did I live in Cebu? A long time, bro. I mean, one time I was there for 9 months straight in Cebu. I've been there 6 years in and out of Cebu. My size is more affordable. 41 likes. Okay. When I was in Cebu back in 2013, there were a lot of Indians. I saw a couple of shops of them selling clothes and jewelry. Not sure if they're still around. Yeah, there's a lot of Indians, but not to the number, I believe, of Thailand, because Thailand and India have historical connection as well. Plus, they have a religious connection, Buddhism. I would just guess there'd be more Indians in Thailand, at least from what I've seen. What is the most unusual food you have eaten in YouTube travel, in your travels, Alex? Unusual. In Portugal, they have this dish they put in a clay pot and they put it underground and they cook it like that. That was unusual. Also, I ate an alligator once. I regret it. I don't know why I did it. I contributed to this whole thing, but I ate an alligator. The frog was a mistake or accident, so I don't know if that counts. Not too adventurous. I can't eat those tarantulas and scorpions or whatever. I can't do it. But some people are brave enough. Some people don't care. Some people have a strong metabolism or palate or whatever. I have over 100K in my savings, but you're not in the Philippines, right? For me, Malaysia and Singapore are the best Southeast Asian country. Yeah, Singapore is exactly what a lot of people might think. It's just developed, expensive, organized, very, very, very little corruption based on what media says. They take that very seriously. If somebody's found to be guilty of corruption, they serve like a lot of time. And I think it works because they're a smaller country. It's easier to manage, I believe, I'd assume. So I see why you want that. Malaysia is pretty good too. Albania could be the next big travel destination for expats. Could be. All those countries are like sleeping giants, man. But the problem is, I think a lot of this is driven by dating or whatever. And a lot of people, I think Albania is probably a religious country, as well as they probably look similar to Westerners. So there's no exotic type of advantage that you might have. Currency-wise, you might do well if your currency is stronger than the Albanian currency. So I went to Armenia. I was surprised about the. You want to see some good-looking people? Go to Armenia. Not only were they all like, their look was very unique. They, I guess, a mixture of European and Arab or something going on there. But the fashion, everybody seemed to be fashionable. Maybe because I was like right downtown and what's the name of the place I went to? Everything escapes me today. It's a very difficult name. So what's the capital of Armenia? That's where I went. And I went to like Mount Ararat as well. So I mean, it's pretty cool. But people were fashionable, very fashionable. Malaysia offers fantastic food from around the world. My favorite, they're Persian and Korean food. You want Persian food? If anybody's been to Iran, please let people know what Iranian food, Persian food is like. I don't know, probably the best food in the world, if I want to be honest. So just because I don't eat it often, but it's really good. Singapore is way better than Malay, however, more expensive. Yeah, price, right? Only Indians here in Mindoro, OCC are. Mumbai is doing 5-6. Those are the lenders. It is easy to stay long-term in the Philippines. I heard you can stay up to 3 years without visa. That is factual. I think Bangkok is getting out of control. Way too many ladyboys. No, not at all. Ladyboys are exactly where they're supposed to be, on walking streets, on the clubs and bars. Regular day, you won't see anybody. There's more ladyboys in Thailand. In the Philippines. I saw more trans people in the Philippines than I did in Thailand. Hands down. Actually, statistically, there's way more in the Philippines than there is in Thailand. So I disagree with that. I'm 57, 1.5 million ladder CDs, 3, 6, and 12 month. Passive income, 5K US a month. because the US 5K is not a lot of money. Southeast Asia is huge. Yeah, keep those numbers to yourself, bro. You never know what some random person behind might have intentions of other things. And that's crazy because I'm eating chicken wings right now. I had chicken wings last night. Delicious. I buy them raw, season them, then bake them in an air fry. So it's not deep fried. Plus, sometimes peel off the skin a little bit if I'm feeling a yeah, event. Thank you. That's what I was thinking about. Really appreciate that. I went there from Georgia. So we got 15 more minutes. Let's wrap up some of the news that made the news this week. Not cool, bro. One sec, guys. What else did we talk about this week in the news? I'm trying to see from my own videos here. So the lady, the Japanese guy, he got robbed, had his stuff snatched. I feel so bad. Imagine coming from Japan, organized society, usually very passive, very shy type, and getting robbed and assaulted and dragged along the road on your second day in the Philippines. The HIV testing. Oh yeah, this one was a big old division between people that says HIV testing, yes or no. I just got tested 2 weeks ago, so it's not about. I think it's just not gonna sit well with tourists. People don't think of getting HIV tested when they want to go on a vacation. A lot of us are thinking, okay, let's do it because we're living here long term. We have a different mindset, right? You have a family, you have a wife, you have kids, you want to protect yourself and protect them. You're coming from like a long-term resident perspective, perhaps. But most tourists don't want to get HIV tested going anywhere on vacation. This was just an idea floated around by somebody in DOH. They want to go ahead and make a mandatory testing for HIV for tourists coming into the Philippines. The other one was this Gino guy, the American IRL streamer. By the way, I showed that beginning clip to show you guys who this guy is. I wasn't saying that is a Philippines clip. I should have made that a bit more clear, but some people in the comments said, hey, that clip is from Thailand, which is correct. I also showed another clip of him dancing in his room. Doesn't mean that room was in the Philippines, but I understand where people thought that was misleading. Fair enough, but no, that clip was from just him doing streams and being disrespectful. He apparently did punch that girl, and some people saying he stabbed her, which isn't confirmed yet. Was in some report or some Reddit thing I saw. Let's see what happens with that. He has not made national news yet. Maybe he will. Maybe he will. The RPG into the van, or was it a Toyota van, right? Or SUV that didn't blow up? Yeah, that was quite the scene. And then Vitaly was still this week, him in his prison cell, not prison, his detention cell, showing all those things and how he wants to make videos, a documentary. So that's what happened this week. If you missed it, check out the major news events from Asia now. What's your thoughts on Lapu-Lapu as a living place? I don't know. I never spent too much time in Lapu-Lapu, only when I arrive in the airport, as well as when I get my visa extension completed. There are very nice resorts there. They do have day passes, people that want to go in there and just enjoy the beach. The public beaches are nothing. I could not find a single public beach in Lapu-Lapu that was clean. No offense. Too many families, too crowded, trash everywhere, and there's rocks. It's not like the pristine beaches that you might have in mind. So as far if you want a beach life, I still would recommend many other places: Malapascua, Bantayan, Muabual, Bohol. Like that's just the southern Cebu part, right? But no, nothing. I don't know any information about Lapu-Lapu as far as those things I just said. I don't have much experience. My favorite season is the opposite of rainy season, dry season. Asia now, have you ever considered doing an outside local reporter style, look like POV behind you, Lapu-Lapu churches? I have not. I did real life videos. It's just a lot of time and consuming. Like I'm not even in Philippines right now, so no, I have not. About a year ago, says Big Man, I was looking at buying a condo in Manila BGC area for a 2-bedroom condo with a maid suite. They wanted 300K. The 300K you could buy a city here. No, I'm kidding, but that's a lot of money. I would advise against buying BGC condos at the moment. I'm not a real estate specialist, but based on my few stays in BGC area condos is not somewhere I'd like to see myself long term, just because I don't think the value is there. If you're looking for value, if you're looking for convenience, maybe something like that, perhaps. Even as an investment, probably not a good idea to buy one right now. Oh, Cipolai in Negros. I've been there. Pretty cool place. Actually, I went there to see Calvin from Sunshine Shoulders one time. We have an interview on the channel on Living Abroad with him. 2 seasons in the Philippines, hot and hotter. Unless you go up into Baguio, which I haven't been yet, but I think I'll go. Thanks for the great conversation. I'm going to go to Davao to look at condos and hit the mall and maybe SNR. I have time. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And if you're on the fence, come. Great. Yes, go to the Philippines. Still, I would recommend everybody visiting at least once. See for yourself. A lot of amazing things in the Philippines. Do not let just a handful of negative news from Asia now deter you from visiting. Just do your due diligence like anywhere else. I might as well be in the Philippines. I travel there often enough. Why not? I mean, you got to work in Guam, so that's the difference. If you work online, maybe you can visit the Philippines more often and stay longer. What other questions? Let's see that we talked about. What other thing? Philippines. Oh, the Ilo situation. So that guy, apparently he went through all security checks except for the last one. Somebody saw a knife on him and they tried to confiscate it. Then he just lost his cool. And he got shot up by security at the airport, which is wild. It's the first time something like that happening in the airport that I heard of. That guy was clearly off. He's like unhinged. So something must have probably high on something or just he's mentally not there. Because who thinks that's a good idea? To attack airport security with a knife in the hand. I haven't. I saw some little bit of rumors going around, but I haven't seen an official link. Maybe it's like a very local type of news right now, hasn't made it to the mainstream. But I'll look up and maybe that could be tomorrow's video. Armenian women are beautiful. They are. They are gorgeous. So are Thai women. So are Thai women. So is every woman. I'm not gonna lie. I don't discriminate. Pink, blue, black, purple, bring them. Come one, come all, man. Women are women to me. I appreciate a feminine individual, not someone that wants to be in an argument with me 24/7 of what we're doing and how we're doing it. Do I have a hair tattoo? I wish. I do not have a hair tattoo. If I did, I'd be probably trying to fill up this area and this area. No, I don't have a hair tattoo. Although I hear they're good, but the problem I heard you have to like continue to update it, or what's the word? Like get it touched up every few months, years. It can't. Obviously, I assume it loses its like color, right? So no, I don't have it. I should get it though. I'm in the perfect place for any kind of beautification. This place, Thailand, is one of the best in the world when it comes to like cosmetic surgery. How are dentists in the Philippines? Do you trust their work? I do not. Personally, I had one very bad experience. You want to get your teeth fixed? Go to Thailand, go to Vietnam, go to Turkey. You could probably get a trip out of it, get your teeth fixed, and still be cheaper than your home country if you're coming from the West. I don't. And no offense, that obviously when one experience doesn't speak for all dentistry in the Philippines, but given what I've seen, some of the dentists and hospital conditions that I walked into, sanitary training, lack of experience, like how many dentists actually do root canals, for example, compared to ones in Thailand. I had an infection. I was sick for like 5 days from this lady that was in my mouth for like 4 hours trying to do some basic. I don't know why she spent so long in my mouth. And yeah, I had a bad experience. I don't recommend it. Show us what your window view looks like. I'm going to pass for right now because opposite right, you don't want to see what's out here. I've been doing laundry. I push everything back here. It's quite a mess. You can check and see statistically there are more gays in the Philippines than any other country, which makes sense as to have there more lady boys in the Philippines. Oh, for sure, and that's why they have the highest HIV rate right now. Let's be honest, not to be PC or politically correct. It's all coming from the gay mans or the Batsy boys. From the, from no, it's true. It just happens. That's what causes all that. Is the butt stuff that do. This is not to actually, I don't even care if I discriminate. It's just a matter of statistics and facts, right? So, and lack of education is another one. Lack of contraception, education is that's what I just said, right? And a lot of kids getting involved, not kids, like teenagers getting involved in things they shouldn't be, leads to this high number of HIV cases. Filipina gets implanted eyebrows, Kile. They need to get redone every 2 years. I think that's gross. I don't know why I never got caught up into that painting your like it looks like a freaking triangle going right across. They either shave it all off and tattoo it. It's nasty to me. What are you doing? Not just Filipinos, any country that does that. I mean, I feel like if it's natural looking and you do it, okay. But when it's like bright red or the color doesn't match anything else on your face, I'm like, come on, man. Remula hasn't given major statements about SIM case court filings or specific charge details. Do you have any updates? I don't. I think they might not know what to do with SIM. They might not know if they want to continue down the path of trying to prosecute him with whatever they may or may not have found on those devices. His lawyer might be setting up a motion to get that dismissed because that search warrant came as a result, from my understanding, of that woman's complaint that was dismissed after he paid her off and she signed that affidavit. No clue. No clue at all. But I know he's not going to be YouTubing for a while, for sure. Which I don't want to say anything because I don't want to. Actually, I'm going to not forget what I'm going down the path of saying. Depends on what you get done. Yeah. It's just like I said, my own experience. You may have been to a very good clinic that did a good job or some minor thing, but for my root canal, I had a horrible experience and I'll never get my teeth done again in the Philippines. But they ain't not even a cleaning. Don't touch me, bro. Don't come near my teeth. I already got 3 implants up here. So Big Mon says diet, they have a lot of soy fillers and food like corned beef, spam, hot dogs. Is this something to do with, I don't know. In today's world, it's becoming more difficult to tell if they are female or ladyboy. It is becoming more difficult, but for some reason, I feel like any man, well, not any man, if you're not drunk, it's kind of easy to tell. Yes, though. Yeah, the HIV stuff is scary. It's all over YouTube. It's pretty bad. Kids identify with wider raised than women. Kids identify with who raised them? Women. That's another, yeah, I guess. If there's no man in the house, your kid's not going to turn out, maybe. The chances of kids not becoming proper men definitely increases. You need a man in the household. Okay, look at that. Alex was able to get through all the comments there. It's awesome. I knew this was going to happen once Sim's situation cooled down a bit, which is fine. I don't mind. I am going to reenact the Crocodile Dundee scene. I don't think I know what that is. Scene. The knife? That's the only thing I know about crocodile. That ain't a knife. This is a knife. You can tell the difference between ladyboys and women is that if she looks perfect, she's a he. Yeah, definitely. If she looked too good, you should have questions. Oh, for sure. 100%. Ladyboys in Thailand, they at least try to look like women. Some trans individuals in the Philippines, man, they're not even trying. As long as they have long hair, they think they're women enough, you know? I seen them full on mustache on one of them. I'm like, come on, dude, at least shave it off. Give me something to work with, you know? All right, we're getting to the intermingling now. So 50 more seconds, and then I'll end this. Thank you guys once again for the daily views on Asia Now. I'm having a great time just talking to you guys on these live chats. I might do these once a week, like weekly recap. Why not, right? And that's basically it. This was a random one. Usually it'll happen Monday morning, okay? This was unscheduled, but figured why not? Had some free time. Oh shit, Tarzan, how you been, bro? How John? I have a few friends that are in the real estate business in Manila that advise the gangster also. I am advised against it. I assume you mean buying condo in Manila. If you're gonna buy a condo anywhere, buy it in Thailand or Vietnam. Actually, I don't know much about Vietnam. I know enough about Thailand, which I feel comfortable buying one here. Anyhow, thank you guys for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a regular Asia Now video. Bye. How do I end this? Oh, keep the weekly chat and get to interact with others. I think so. And I think we have a very healthy community, which I appreciate. Oh, one more time. Thank you guys all for the super thanks and super stickers. Can I don't know where they went. There used to be like a little button here that showed all the super things, but I guess it's gone. Yeah, thank you guys for those. I appreciate it because those go a long way to ensure I continue to do this. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a regular Asian Art video. Thanks for watching. Bye.